Thank you.
Yeah. So, I'm James Okula calling.
Do you mind if I record?
Oh, you can.
Thank you.
I'm James Okula calling. So, during the tour and after the tour, all commenting, suggesting are welcome. In the whole of Africa, we have 48 forts and castles, and then 44 dot the coastline of Ghana. Elmina Castle is the oldest in Sub-Saharan Africa. It was put up in the year 1482, followed by another Portuguese fort in Azim for St. Anthony, also the year 1515. We also have the Cape Coast Castle, 1653, by the Swedish traders. And then Christianborg Castle, 1659, is now the seat of the president. So, Christianborg Castle was put up by the Danish Norwegians. So the same Danish came and put up this fort from 1700 and completed 1784. So they were buying slaves from Togo, Benin, Nigeria, and other parts of Gold Coast, now Ghana. So the slaves were footed, kept over here for 1 or 2 months, and finally transported over the Atlantic Ocean. Most of them were sold in the Danish Norwegian islands, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. Formerly it was called West Indies, but now US Virgin Islands. So each of the rooms or the dungeons take about 100 to 200 slaves, but initially no ventilation. It was after when the fort was sold to the British. That was the time they created all this window of ventilation we are seeing today. So inside the dungeons, the slaves defecate, urinate, sleep there. They were dying to insanity condition. Even the water, they will pour it under the door. They have to use their tongue to lick it. Food were thrown to them through the window. They struggle for it. And finally, they use hot iron, which bear the name of the company or the company coat of arms to mark various part of their body for easy identification. And the trade by then was so persuasive that even the smallest community, they have to go on the warpath in order to secure slaves, to get arms, to defend themselves when attacked. An unfortunate one were then marched to establish slave market. We have the Atoko slave market, not far from here, where the slaves were put on display like any marketable commodity, and they were sold to the highest bidders. They also used shea butter or palm oil to rub the body of the slave, just to make them very attractive to the buyers. And then Samori and Babatus in the north, they were raiding, kidnapping, so they channeled some of their slaves to Tetekrachi, that's the northern side, all the way down here. So slaves coming from the north into the fort, they suffered terrible hardship. They were forced to march from sunrise to sunset without food, water, or minerals. Even some of them have no strength, they were beaten. If they failed to get up, they were left in the bush to die there. And those who were able to make it into the fort over here, they were sorted, weighed, branded, and then they opened their mouth to estimate their age by the state of their teeth. So children and younger slaves were counted as quarter, half to 3 pieces of cargo, depending upon the estimated commercial value. They can make 3 children, 1 adult slave. So while we are standing now, this is the female section of the fort. And the other end, that's the male section, where I'll take you to later. So the fort stand alone, there was no building surrounding it. It was after when the fort was sold to the British. That was the time people came in to settle around the fort. They abolished slave trade in 1807, but illegal trafficking goes on up to 1874. The Wilberforce, Granville Sharp, Thomas Clarkson, they are the British abolitionists. They petitioned British Parliament, so Emancipation Act was passed. They freed the slaves. Some of them were sent to Sierra Leone. That's why they named the capital Freetown, because of the free slave. And America also sent their slaves to Liberia. They also named the capital after their president by then, James Monroe. So James Monroe's name was given to the capital, become Monrovia. So before I continue, if you have a question, you can ask before we proceed on. So should we continue? So when this is why the female slave are. So anytime they were taking their bath, the governor stand at the top. This is why the female slave are. So the governor stand at the top, point at the one he admired, sleep with them. That's why we have lots of mulattoes in Kita. And after the bath, the water remains here. In case they are thirsty, they drink the same water that they were bathing with. Yes. And after they conceive, in that process they conceive, the mother will be left, and after delivery the mother will be taken away.
What would happen to the baby?
the babies were kept over here. They were groomed. They were interpreting. They groomed them to be interpreter for them.
Oh. Do any of the descendants of those babies still live here?
Yes, yes. We have a lot of matters in that. You can see the descendants are still here. We can see Chris family, the Citrus, the Mom, the Anderson, the Peterson, Home. A lot of them.
Those are their last names. My goodness.
So when you watch here, you know the indigenous that live here, they are the Agbotimasoma people. They gave out this land to the Danish to put up the fort. So when they converted the fort into a slave post, they were not happy. So they bombarded the town, and then they killed our chief in that process. And the people of Keta wounded the governor by taking the gun from him. So the gun had been sent to where they are now, Agbozuma. So anytime they were about to celebrate their festival, they brought all those items in display over here. And then later on, the deputy governor trying to escape to Grand Boko, he was captured by Togi Sapepo. They used him to make idol in the back of the Delhi market. So the stone was taken from our chiefs. When they bombarded the town, the Danish bombarded the town, seized the stone. You know, slave trade was a trade by barter. So they were using brandy, whiskey, gun, and gunpowder in exchange for slaves. They used brandy, whiskey, gun, and gunpowder in exchange for slaves. So these are the pipes they used to smoke the tobacco.
Tobacco, they traded slaves for tobacco.
And then the coins over here was later used after the cowrie shells. You know, after the barter trade, they used the cowrie shells.
Who initially sold them this land before they converted it?
This is the Sokma people. They are the indigenous of Keta.
The Sopa? Sume.
Yeah.
And, okay.
So that's the artist's impression of how the fossil looks like before the seed is part of it.
Oh. Excuse me.